And good evening and welcome to the Queen's Athletic and Recreation Center in Kingston, Ontario. It's Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV. Tonight, the third-ranked team in the country hosts the TMU Toronto Metropolitan University Bold in the Critelli Cup semifinals. The Bold come in after a regular season that saw them finish second in the Central Division. No bye to the quarterfinals, but they won last Wednesday night 66-54 at home over the University of Western Ontario. That advanced them to Saturday's quarterfinals in St. Catharines, where they beat the Brock Badgers, Central Division champs, 73-65. And as a result, they're here tonight to play the Gaels. Gaels, the 2 seed, coming into the Critelli Cup playoffs, got a bye to the quarterfinals, beat Guelph on Saturday night, 68-51. 2 National Coaches of the Year in Carly Clark of the Toronto Metropolitan University Bold and Claire Meadows of the Gaels. Clark led the Bold to the National Championship and the Critelli Cup 2 years ago in capturing National Coach of the Year, an undefeated season with the Bold in 2022-2023. That was Claire Meadows' first year as head coach of the Queen's Gaels. She led the Gaels to a bronze medal finish in the national championships, and a year ago was named the Coach of the Year in U Sport women's basketball. So 2 fine bench bosses and 2 excellent teams. TMU young this year, but always dangerous, as could be seen by their win at Brock on Saturday afternoon. Conference awards were given out, as well as All-Stars today by the OUA. Talk about those as the game goes on. TMU in their road bold with the blue with the gold trim and numbers. We'll start number 3, Haley Franco Derrick. Haley Fedek is number 6. Jamie Foreman is number 10. Number 14 is Kaylee Hall. Number 17, the Rookie of the Year in the conference, Katrina Garvey, is number 17. TMU controls the tip. Try to go inside, due to Fedek. Kicks it out to Hall. Hall drives back to Foreman for the 3 that misses and goes out of bounds. For the Gaels, their usual starting 5, Bella Gaudette, number 4, Bridget Mulholland, number 23, Emma Welts, number 7, Julia Chadwick, number 21, and Laura Donovan, number 10. Gaels in their home gold with the blue trim and numbers. Chadwick inside, guarded by Foreman, gets bumped by, that's Franco DeRike, 3-pointer, got it! Laura Donovan, our first points of the night. Hall, Fedek, hands off to Garvey. Garvey pick and roll with Fedek, got blocked from behind by Gaudette. Gaudette ahead to Chadwick, 2-on-1, kicks it out, swung to Welts. Welts for 3, no. Rebound comes to Chadwick. Chadwick goes up, might have got bumped, no call, and rebounds cleared by Fedek. Garvey quickly ahead to Hall. Hall drives baseline into Welts and scores, and the Bold are on the board. Just underway, little over 90 seconds into this one. Gaudette back to Welts. Donovan on the curl, gets it. Little short jumper, hits the front of the rim, gets her own rebound, fires from long distance, in and out. Offensive rebound, Mulholland couldn't save it. These 2 teams met on January 19th. Gaels won the game 75-54, and in it, the Gaels outscored TMU 21-6 in bench points and out-rebounded them 49-33. And early on, the Gaels got a couple of offensive rebounds there. Hall, Fedek, wanting to get it to Foreman, can't, gets it to Garvey instead. Garvey, there's a three by Fedek, got it. And TMU takes the lead at 5-3. Donovan, Gaudette. Donovan, nice catch, got it to Mulholland. Up top, Gaudette will try a three. In and out, rebound comes to Fedek. Secret for TMU in their 2 playoff games. In winning, they've held their opponent to only 5 made threes. Gaels have hit 1 already. Chadwick off the miss, brings it down, backs down Fedek, wraparound layup, got it. Julia named the Defensive Player of the Year in the OUA today. And a first-team All-Star. Hall, cut off by Wells. Swung around, Garvey. The OUA Rookie of the Year. Misses the shot, Gaudette clears to Mulholland. Ahead to Donovan. Chadwick posting up. Franco DeRike missed the left-handed layup and then picked up a cheap foul, and her first with the reach. Our officials tonight, Alyssa Spooney, Faye Sheng, and Troy Bennett. Corinne Parker checks in, number 21. And Fedek goes to the bench. 5-5 tie, 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. TMU, the 2022-23 National and Conference champions. The Gaels, who were runners-up in the Critelli Cup a year ago and runners-up nationally. And a foul, count the hoop, by Foreman. Check that, Garvey. Foul is the first on Gaudette, and Garvey will go to the line for 2. In and out with the free throw, Mulholland with the rebound. Drive by Welch, blocked out of bounds by Foreman. Gaels, will they get it in? Just did, Mulholland. Gaudette kicks it out. Chadwick will try a three, off the heel. Rebound cleared by Franco DeRick. Hall pulls it out, gets a pick, drives on Welch, steps around, puts up the layup, won't drop, and then knocked out of bounds off Mulholland. 14 on the shot clock for the Bold. Winner will go to Saturday night's Critelli Cup. Drive by Foreman misses, Mulholland clears, then has her pass blocked by Parker, which slowed down the Gaels' break. Donovan gets a step on Foreman, puts up the floater and draws the foul. I believe it will be called on Franco DeRike. First team foul on TMU, and Laura Donovan to the line for 2. Certainly expect a much closer game than they had in January in the regular season. This has been an improving TMU team as the season's worn on. Donovan puts in both, and sub for TMU, it's Alex Pino, number 13, and she'll replace Foreman. 2 free throws tie the game at 7. Gaels show a little bit of full court pressure, and Hall will bring it up the floor. Approaching the midway point of the first quarter. Critelli Cup semifinal, the TMU Bold against the Queens Gaels. Drive by Franco DeRike, misses. Boards cleared by Mulholland. Mulholland quickly into the front court. Into the corner to Gaudette. Down low, Chadwick kicks it back out to Gaudette, reposts. Puts up the shot, banks it in. 4 points for Julia, and the Gaels are back up 2. Garvey. Franco DeReich drives on Chadwick and puts it in. Julia being careful there not to pick up a quick second personal foul. And we're tied at 9. Gaudette. Inside, Chadwick, double team comes, finds Mulholland, might have got away with a walk. Rebound Chadwick. Gaels back up 2. And they're controlling the offensive glass. 6 minutes gone, first quarter. Garvey curls around and she palmed it. Foreman and Fedek are going to return for TMU. Franco DeReich and Hall will go to the bench. And for the Gaels, Haley Barbieri and Michaela McFarland come on the floor. Gaudette and Mulholland to the bench. Michaela had 12 points off the bench. Big reason on January 19th why the Gaels outscored TMU 21-6 in bench points. Barbieri, 10 on the shot clock, penetrates, finds Chadwick. Chadwick gets a step, goes around and scores. Gaels by 4. Parker a little late in coming over to help. And Chadwick with the steal. Chadwick driving against Garvey, goes up, missed the layup. Good work by Garvey, and it's off the Gaels and out of bounds. But Julia Chadwick showing there why she was named Defensive Player of the Year in the OUA today. Garvey, Parker. Fedek. Hand off to Pino. Pino picked up by Chadwick, goes over Julia and scores. If you watched the Gaels quarterfinal game Saturday, you saw Guelph take a very physical approach with the Gaels. TMU's not going to play that way. They're going to play more open, which should make for a very entertaining game, and Julia puts in the bucket. Who's the foul on, Parker or Fedek? Will be the first on either of them. Gaudette returns, Welts to the bench. Foul's given to Parker. Julia will try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play, won't drop. She stays at 10 points, and the Gaels stay with a 4-point lead. Pino, some fancy dribbling, but didn't really go anywhere. Fedek gives to Foreman. Net not letting her get free. Inside to Pino, knocked away by Barbieri. Donovan and Chadwick on a 2-on-1. Hard pass, Chadwick gathers, goes up, misses. Gaudette gets the offensive rebound. Long three, Donovan, no. Rebound, Fedek. Another chance for the Gaels to separate a little bit more. Can't finish. Three-pointer, Pino at the other end off the heel. Tipped by Donovan to Chadwick. Back to Donovan. Donovan quickly into the front court. Barbieri. Chadwick swings to McFarland, to Donovan. Probing. Instead goes to Gaudette. 10 on the shot clock. Gaudette picked up by Parker. Contact and drew the foul from Garvey, I believe. That'll be the first on the OUA Rookie of the Year. No, they give it to Parker, so that's her second personal. Hall and Franco DeReich return for TMU, and the Bold are going to call a timeout with 1:35 the time left first quarter. Gaels leading 15-11. The other semifinal for the Critelli Cup tonight is in Ottawa, and it's a rematch of two old rivals. The Ottawa GGs at the Ravens' Nest to play the Carleton Ravens. That started at the same time. As you see on your screen, look at these two teams through the regular season. The Gaels, the 2 seed, TMU, the 6th. Gaels score over 10 more points than TMU during the regular season. Both relatively even in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, little separation there. And the Gaels in the top 5 in rebounds. The 4 teams have already qualified for the national championships, which will be in Edmonton at the University of Alberta next week. They'll start next Thursday, March the 7th. Saskatchewan as the Canada West champion, Alberta as the runners-up. University of Fraser of the Valley will be the host team, even though that's really Alberta, as Gaudette misses the first free throw. And St. Mary's last weekend won the Atlantic Conference, so they're in. Gaudette makes 1 of 2. The Gaels have a 5-point lead. Hall. The right, hands off to Pino. Pino, the lefty, with a 2. And it just got tipped away from Barbieri, I think, by Franco DeWright of TMU. So they get their first offensive rebound. Shot clock running down. Hall almost loses it to McFarland. Steps around and then just throws it out of bounds. Carly Clark, the TMU head coach, thought she was fouled. As she takes her turn to work the officials, and Claire Meadows gets the same official and says that was a travel. So both coaches know how to work the officials, and they're doing it here as we're under a minute left first quarter. Welts, who's back into the game. Gaudette for 3, hesitated a second, might have thrown off her shot. Rebound comes to Parker. Parker. Still on the floor with the 2 personal fouls. Foreman against Gaudette. Over Gaudette, off the heel, rebound Mulholland, tied up. Gets away and will push it up the floor. Ahead to Welts. Welts surveys, tried to penetrate. Barbieri will drive into Franco DeWright, doesn't get the roll, and the TMU number 3 gets the rebound. Under 10 seconds left, shot clock off. Hall will go straight to the hoop against Gaudette. Over Bella, in and out, rebound Gaels, and that'll do it for the first quarter. What you would expect in a semifinal game, it's close. 16-11, we're back in a minute. You're watching Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV. And we're back here at the Queens Athletic and Recreation Center. Bill Miklas, along with our entire crew. It's Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV. Critelli Cup semifinal between the Gaels and the 6th-seeded Toronto Metropolitan University Bold. Gaels lead 16-11 as we get set to start the second quarter. Bold will have the ball with 3.5 minutes left in Ottawa. The GGs lead 13-6 over the Carleton Ravens, and we'll talk about, as this quarter progresses, why that's an important score, especially for the Gaels. Either way. Sorry, my bad. The Gaels start with the ball. And all 5 starters back on the floor. Mulholland to Welts. Gaudette. Foreman picks her up inside to Chadwick. Chadwick against Franco de Reich. Kicks it back out to Gaudette. Gaudette drives, layup, misses. Parker pulls down the rebound, and will push it up for TMU. Gaels by 5, had the advantage on the boards in that first quarter by a 15-9 count. Also 4 turnovers by TMU, only 1 by the Gaels. Garvey for 3, no. Rebound, offensive rebound, Parker. You know that Carly Clark was talking about that in between quarters, that they needed to get on the glass, and they do it right off the bat to start the second quarter and get the first points of the second quarter. Chadwick, quick move on Franco de Reich and scores. Julia's already got a dozen. Ahead to Foreman. Parker, 10 on the shot clock, long 3. Misses, but it ends up being a pass, and then another offensive rebound. Franco de Reich puts it in, so that's back-to-back offensive rebounds for the Bold on missed shots. Welts penetrates, ball gets stripped, but right to Mulholland, who attempts the long shot off the heel. And Foreman pushes it up. Chance for TMU to tie with a 3, and Foreman's going to draw a foul from Welts. It's Emma's first of the quarter for either team. Foreman, the leading scorer during the season at 17.5 points in the playoffs at 17.5. And if this is Welts, that's her second, and it is on Emma. And just like that, 2 quick fouls on the 5th-year point guard will force the 2nd-year point guard, Haley Barbieri, to come off the bench and come into the game for the Tricolor. So 1:47 gone second quarter, and the Gaels' veteran point guards on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Hall trying to get it in, does to Franco de Reich. Goes up, and a block by Chadwick. Ahead to Donovan. Donovan drives on Foreman, backs her down, goes up, got bumped, count it. Carly Clark has her hands up like what happened, but it did look like there was contact by Foreman. Donovan with a chance to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. It's the first on Foreman, first of the quarter on the Bold. And the London, Ontario native in her 5th and final year can't complete the 3-point play, stays at a 5-point lead. Gaels 3 for 6 from the free throw line. They were perfect when these 2 teams met in January. Nice move by Hall for 2. 16 for 16 were the Gaels in that January 19th game. TMU just 6 of 11. Chadwick inside Donovan, double team comes to Chadwick for 3. Short, rebound Parker. Good box out by Corinne Parker. Hall Chance to tie with a 3 here for the Bold. Hall drives on Gaudette, kicks it out, 3-pointer Parker, in and out, long rebound, Gaudette's got it, and a foul, I believe, on Franco de Wright, and if it is, it's her second. So Parker and Franco de Wright both have 2 personals. Fedek checks in for Franco de Wright. Parker stays on the floor. And full court pressure by the Bold. Gaels have a player on the bench with 2 personal fouls. That's Emma Welds. Chadwick drives on Fedek into the corner, but partially deflected and comes to Foreman for the steal. Foreman, is she gonna get it over? Just did. Hall kicks it out, Parker for 3 in the tie. No, loose ball comes to Chadwick. Chadwick pushing it ahead to Donovan, couldn't finish. Tap to Barbieri, and she rolls it in for her first points. Gaels back up 5. Hall. Long 3, yes. And timeout Gaels. So that'll cut the lead down to 2. I talked about the Gaels don't really want to do scoreboard watching, but if they're going to make nationals, the winner of this game gets one of the 2 OUA berths. The winner of the other semifinal gets the second berth. If Carleton wins tonight and TMU wins tonight, the Gaels would still have a chance at the wild card berth. There's 1 wild card berth for the 18 field next week. Carleton and Laval are considered to have the inside track over the Gaels. So if one of those 2 teams were to lose tonight, or in Laval's case, Saturday night in their conference final, if they won tonight, then they would get the berth over the Gaels. It's still got to be voted on by a committee, but that is the belief. If Carleton wins tonight and Laval wins the Quebec Conference and TMU beats the Gaels could still get that final berth. But there's a lot to have happen, so the Gaels would like to take care of it by winning. McFarland pushing it up the floor. Double team comes, swung around, Gaudette's open for 3, got it. Gaels back up 5. Inside, 3-pointer Garvey, no, long rebound, and will be tied up. That'll be TMU ball. The newcomer, Jessica Carippi. Check that Carrie Pay. Jessica Carrie Pay, who's come into the game. Parker's still on the floor with the 2 personal fouls. It's done a good job not to pick up a 3rd. Inbounds, Parker tracks it down, gets it to Hall. Hand off to Garvey, but an offensive foul on Hall. She tried to move a little bit to make sure she could get the pass because it looked like Barbieri was going to get over the pick. Gaudette, it's only the 1st on Hall. Barbieri. McFarland, Donovan. Carey Pay with some good defense. Up top, Chadwick down low. Barbieri for two. Smallest person on the floor got lost on the baseline. Gaels by 7. And Foreman quickly to the scorer's table for TMU. Fedek, Garvey. Garvey turns up. Doesn't get the roll, and who's the foul on? The Gaels, Michaela McFarland. The first on the Kingston native. Foreman comes in for Garvey. Hall will inbounds. 4:44 time left first half. Hall trying to get it in, just does to Fedek. Fedek to Foreman, who bobbled it. 10 on the shot clock. She'll drive, puts up the shot over Barbieri, missed badly. Chadwick trying to come out with it. Good work by Fedek to slow her down, but the Gaels will bring it up the floor. Donovan clears things out. Top to Chadwick, fakes the handoff. Back up top, 10 seconds, long three, Donovan. And that will miss and go out of bounds. Emma Welts has returned with the 2 personal fouls, and Laura Donovan will go to the bench. Gaels by 7 here in the first half of this Critelli Cup semifinal. Fedek. She can hit from behind the arc. She's already hit a 3. Parker tries off the heel, and it hit the shot clock. And as a result, it will be Gaels' ball, even though it went in. In Ottawa, Carleton still trailing early in the second quarter, 17-13. It's an Ottawa team that came into Kingston a couple of Friday nights ago and beat the Gaels, and has been playing good basketball lately. Barbieri gets a step on Hall. Chadwick backing down Fedek. Double team comes. Steps around Fedek and banks it in. Good patience by Julia Chadwick. She's got 14 and the Gaels are up 9. Parker drives on Barbieri and will draw the foul. Got a mismatch there down low. And took advantage of it. Carla Clark really working the officials, as Franco DeWright is going to check back in for TMU after Parker takes the free throws, and Bridget Mulholland will return. Michaela McFarland to the bench. Gaels by 9, 3:26 time left first half. And Corinne Parker for 2 free throws, misses the first. Gets the second, and that'll allow the substitution to come in. And TMU is going to pick up full court. Welts will bring it up against Carey Pay. Almost a steal by the TMU number 25. Welts goes the other way, drives, high layup. Good defense by Carey Pay, but Welts almost made them pay. Pardon the pun. Hall. Hall drives on Chadwick. Chadwick reached. Tried to pull her hand back, but picked up her second personal foul and may have to go to the bench. So circle 2:55 left first half, and a big moment in this game for the Gaels, as their leading scorer tonight and during the season goes to the bench with 2 personal fouls. Hall hits the first. Hall had nowhere to go, But it's hard. You see that basketball right there wanting to be knocked away, and so you reach. Coach Clark was right in the ear of the official, asking for the foul, and got it. So both free throws go in. Gaels lead down to 6. Can they get some supplementary scoring? Donovan goes up. Thought she was fouled, but they'll say it was a partial block by Franco to Reich. Foreman not expecting the pass, but TMU keeps it in bounds. Garvey's back into the game. Open, goes up and got it. She's got 4, and the Gaels will call a timeout. And now Claire Meadows is going to get in the ear of the official. I think saying Laura Donovan was fouled, and how's that not called? I mentioned in the opening, these are the last 2 National Coaches of the Year. Claire Meadows last season, Carly Clark 2 seasons ago. So they know what they're doing. 4 minutes gone in Ottawa. Carleton's closed to within 19-17. Here, 29-25. Gaels leading TMU. The winner advances to the Critelli Cup final on Saturday. If TMU wins, they'll be on the road in Ottawa against either the GGs or the Ravens. If the Gaels win, they go to Ottawa to face Carleton if the Ravens win. If the Ravens lose to the GGs, then Ottawa U will come here to the Queens Athletic and Recreation Center on Saturday night at 6. But we're a long ways away from determining that. 2:18 time left first half. Gaels star Julia Chadwick on the bench with 2 personal fouls, and you would think probably is not going to come back in the rest of this half. This press has worked pretty nicely for TMU. Mulholland, Wells. Mulholland wants to go inside to McFarland. Does. McFarland turns into a double team, goes up and gets it to roll in. Gaels up 6. Hall almost stolen from behind by Donovan. Under 2 left first half. Hall gets it back from Garvey. Hall, Garvey running, trying to lose Donovan, and an offensive foul, and the 3rd on Franco de Reich. She did catch Donovan just as she was coming by with her shoulder. I think the right call, but I'm sure TMU head coach Carly Clark would not agree with me. Looked like the shoulder dipped a little. So Parker comes back in with her 2 personal fouls. We approach the last 90 seconds of the first half. Farland. Gaudette turns in the key, goes up, misses everything, and it'll just go out of bounds. Good defense by the Bold that time. Are packed for this semifinal game. Hall picked up by Mulholland. Long 2, in and out, rebound McFarland, and out of bounds off Fedek. Barbieri will come in for Wells to protect her from getting a 3rd foul with 1 minute left in this first half. Gaels by 6 and with the ball. Barbieri, guarded by Garvey. Mulholland. Right to the hoop, might have got away with a walk, but missed the shot anyway. Fedek wants to get it to Hall, but can't. Donovan's on her. Garvey now. 12 on the shot clock. Fedek for 3. No, long rebound tracked down by Hall. Gets it to Fedek. Fedek, nice feed to Parker. Parker might have got away with a walk and did. Finally got called for it. I think she walked initially and then walked again. Caripe will check back in for Parker. Shot clock's off. Gaels could hold for the last shot of the half with their 6-point lead. Barbieri, double team comes, gets it to Mulholland. Good catch by McFarland. And Barbieri will call out the play. 10 left in the half. Barbieri drives to the hoop, puts it up. There was contact. McFarland draws the foul. Looked like Barbieri got knocked down, but McFarland didn't give up on it, and she'll go to the line as it's bonus for the Gaels. Both teams are shooting in the bonus. Caripe gets the foul. It's her first. Parker back in. Kayla hits the first free throw, looking for her 4th point of the half. Gets the roll. And Katrina Rennan will check in for McFarland. And the Gaels, with 2.7 seconds, have an 8-point lead. And TMU will use their final timeout of the half and try and draw something up for the last 2.7 seconds. Hall with 9 leading TMU. Julia Chadwick with 12 for the Gaels, but has sat almost full last 3 minutes of the second quarter. And the Gaels, when she left, they were up 6. They're up 8 right now.
Please go to the concession stand in the next 2 minutes.
Carleton, with 4 minutes left in the first half, has gone on a run, and they now lead Ottawa U 29-21 at the Ravens' Nest. So it's an 8-point lead for Carleton, the 1 seed, and an 8-point lead right now, late in the first half, for the 2-seeded Queens Gaels. They're going to put full court pressure on TMU, force them to have to go the length of the floor. Can't get it over midcourt till the 4th quarter, 92 minutes. Long pass, Mulholland picks it off, looks, didn't get the shot off in time, wouldn't have counted anyways. But that does it for the first half, and a good one. Gaels by 8. We're back with the second half in a bit. You're watching Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV.
where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
The most successful people in life share one thing in common.
They all put themselves in a position to thrive.
Surrounded by people who challenge them to think bigger.
And communities that support them at every turn.
In the classroom.
And way outside of it.
If you want to set yourself up for success.
If you want to give yourself the tools to achieve any goal.
There's no better place to begin than Queen's.
We challenge.
We support.
You succeed.
You'll be great, no matter where you go.
But your greatest story starts right here.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
The most successful people in life share one thing in common.
They all put themselves in a position to thrive.
Surrounded by people who challenge them to think bigger.
And communities that support them at every turn.
In the classroom.
And way outside of it.
If you want to set yourself up for success.
If you want to give yourself the tools to achieve any goal.
There's no better place to begin than Queen's.
We challenge.
We support.
You succeed.
You'll be great, no matter where you go.
But your greatest story starts right here.
exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
The most successful people in life share one thing in common.
They all put themselves in a position to thrive.
Surrounded by people who challenge them to think bigger.
And communities that support them at every turn.
In the classroom.
And way outside of it.
If you want to set yourself up for success.
If you want to give yourself the tools to achieve any goal.
There's no better place to begin than Queen's.
We challenge.
We support.
You succeed.
You'll be great, no matter where you go.
But your greatest story starts right here.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
The most successful people in life share one thing in common.
They all put themselves in a position to thrive.
Surrounded by people who challenge them to think bigger.
And communities that support them at every turn.
In the classroom.
And way outside of it.
If you want to set yourself up for success.
If you want to give yourself the tools to achieve any goal.
There's no better place to begin than Queen's.
We challenge.
We support.
You succeed.
You'll be great, no matter where you go.
But your greatest story starts right here.
where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
The most successful
Bill Miklas along with our entire crew. It's Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV. Second half about to start in this Critelli Cup semifinal between the second-seeded Queens Gaels and the sixth-seeded Toronto Metropolitan University Bold. Gaels lead by 8 as we start the second half. TMU much better second quarter in rebounding. They out-rebounded the Gaels 12-6, and both teams have 21 rebounds through 20 minutes of play. Emma Wells. Julia Chadwick back on the floor, led all scorers with 14 points. Wells gets a step on Garvey, cut off. Nice catch. Chadwick goes around Franco to right and scores. She's got 16, and the Gaels have a double-digit lead for the first time. Long three by Foreman off the front of the rim, and Fedek couldn't save it. And the Gaels will get the possession. Full court pressure by the Bold. Worked for them in the second quarter. Foul trouble, Franco to right for TMU playing with 3. And who's the foul on here? I believe on Garvey, running through Chadwick. It's only the first on the OUA Rookie of the Year. And needless to say, Carly Clark didn't like that call. Gaudette. Donovan turns, 7 on the shot clock. Gets a step on Hall, and a nice read by Franco to right to steal it. Ahead to Garvey. Garvey pulls up for the 2 and hits. All started with the nice steal by TMU's number 3. And gets it back to an 8-point game. Chadwick against Franco to right, throws it to Mulholland. Mulholland getting out of the key, going against Fedek. Fade away off 1 foot, won't drop, Fedek clears. Ahead to Garvey. Garvey was 6, named OUA Rookie of the Year earlier today. Fedek, guarded by Mulholland. Hand off to Foreman. Foreman picked up by Mulholland, lost the ball. Chadwick comes up with it ahead to Donovan. Donovan inside. Chadwick drop step, couldn't put it in, got her own rebound, goes up, banks it in. Gaels back up 10. A little over 2 minutes gone, third quarter. Winner goes to the Critelli Cup final Saturday night. Foreman, long 3, no, rebound Chadwick. Wells. Caught by Mulholland, up top Chadwick. Chadwick against Hall, goes into Hall. Is this a charge? It sure is. And Julia's got 3. Hardest call in sports, the block charge. And it goes TMU's way. And the Defensive Player of the Year has her 3rd personal foul to go with a game-high 18 points. See if TMU takes it right at her. Garvey off the pick. Pick and roll, runs through and charges into Mulholland. McFarland comes on for Chadwick. It's only the first on Fedek. Parker will come on and replace Franco de Rijk, who's playing with 3. And I think with Chadwick on the bench, she'll go to the bench. Mulholland behind her back, into Fedek, fade away, got it. That's her shot. Gaels up 12. Hall trying to get away from Welts. Long 2 off the heel. Long rebound comes to Parker. Parker drives on Mulholland. Turns. Fade away. That's short and then off Welts and out of bounds, I believe. Yes, it will stay with TMU. 6.5 minutes left, third quarter. Gaels by 12. They led by 8 at halftime. Winner to the Critelli Cup and to the national championships in Edmonton next week. Garvey. Fedek with the pick. Garvey, long 2, got it. She's got pretty stroke. She's got 8. You can see why she was Rookie of the Year. Welts, Mulholland, Gaudette, McFarland. Picked up her dribble, gets it to Welts with 10 on the shot clock. Welts turns the corner, backs down, puts up the shot, and draws the foul from Garvey. That'll be the second on Katrina. Emma Welts to the line for 2. Emma looking for her first points of the game. She got into first quarter foul trouble. Hits the first free throw. Gaels, the top free throw shooting team during the regular season. TMU not far behind. They were 5th in the conference. These are 2 teams that do the fundamentals well. Hall. Curl by Garvey, cut off by Mulholland. Parker, Fedek with the pick. Parker got a step on McFarland and was fouled by Gaudette. That'll be the second on Bella, and we'll send Corinne Parker to the line for 2. At halftime in Ottawa, it was the Ravens by 10 as Parker hits the first free throw, leading Ottawa U 37-27. Parker hits both. She's got 5. Gaels by 10. Wells lost the ball enough that she couldn't try the drive on Garvey. Mulholland against Fedek. Height mismatch, but a quickness mismatch for Bridget, and she hits that fadeaway again. And a timeout TMU. Carly Clark needs to find a better matchup on Bridget Mulholland because she's just taking Fedek down low and then doing her fadeaway turnaround. And she's hit back-to-back shots. Gaels lead by 12. Again, TMU wins tonight. The Critelli Cup will be in the nation's capital at either Ottawa or Carleton. If the Gaels win, the game is here at the Arc at 6 p.m. on Saturday if Ottawa beats Carleton. If the Ravens win, the Gaels go to the Ravens' Nest Saturday night. Winner of this game will go to Edmonton next week for the national championships, as will the winner of the other semifinal in Ottawa. Saskatchewan, Alberta, Fraser Valley, and St. Mary's have all locked up berths for those national championships. 4 more left. The Ontario champion and the Ontario runner-up, the Quebec champion, and a wild card spot. Laval has been dominant in the Quebec Conference, but they're down to their semifinals tonight. with Laval hosting McGill. One and done, so anything can happen in those. As we know from OUA play. Fedek, Foreman, steps back, foot was on the line, in and out, Mulholland clears. Donovan gets it back, cut off by Fedek, gets it to Gaudette, thought about the three, pulls it out, 10 on the shot clock. We're midway through the third quarter. Gaudette lost the handle. Garvey down court. Hall runs right through Mulholland and they'll call the block. It's a late whistle, but it's the right call. Michaela wasn't set. She did a great effort to try and be set. But I think just a split second late, and Hall will get 2 free throws. TMU's leading scorer and their only graduating senior. It's a young Toronto Metropolitan University team. Hall hits both, and Chadwick returns with the 3 fouls as Michaela McFarland just picked up her third. Pressure on Welts, gets it to Mulholland, who pushes it. Numbers with the Gaels. Donovan swings. Gaudette for 3, no. Comes right to Parker. Parker ahead to Foreman. Foreman, let's see if they go inside to Fedek on Chadwick. Garvey, nice crossover. Hall will try a 3, in and out, Mulholland clears. Ahead to Welts. Wanted to go inside to Chadwick, who's being guarded by Hall. They do. Hall, who drew the charge to get her third, picks up the foul here. It's only Hall's second, but it'll put Chadwick to the line. Haley Barbiere's going to check in for Gaudette. Fouls piling up on both sides. Gaels by 10, 4:12 left third quarter. 19 for Julia Chadwick. At 23 in the win over 12. Misses that one, but Mulholland got the offensive rebound. Gets it back inside Chadwick. They're working this matchup with Hall. Julia can't put it in, goes up again, can't finish, lucky not to get over the back. And Garvey comes away with the ball, and TMU got lucky on that exchange. Parker. Up top to Foreman. Hall. Hall. Almost stolen by, and is, by Chadwick, and then a reach by Fedek. Probably a good foul by Fedek because the Gaels had a 3-on-2 developing. Franco DeRike will come in for Fedek, who just picked up her second. And immediately Franco DeRike picks up Chadwick. Welts goes down. Double team comes, gets it to Barbieri. Donovan's open for 3. Got it! All upset, thought she got picked off with a moving screen, and the Gaels take advantage and go up 14. And away from the play, a charge on TMU. Foreman, I believe. And now Carly Clark's really upset. And so's Michelle Hall. Check that, Kaylee Hall. Approaching the last 3 minutes of the third quarter, and the Gaels have made a bit of a run here. Chadwick, Barbieri, drives, Chadwick, Welts. Welts as Chadwick hits the deck again. Steal, and then off Foreman, I believe. And it is Gaels' ball. TMU. I think a flop warning was given to Chadwick when she went down on that pick. So she'll be called for a tee next time. Shot clock running down. Barbieri's got to shoot it. Drives, puts up the layup. It hit the back of the rim. Chadwick couldn't finish on the rebound. And TMU again gets fortunate at the defensive end. They could have been down 16. Instead, Hall splits and draws the foul. If it's Chadwick, it's 4. Is it Chadwick or is it Donovan? It's Chadwick, and it's 4. So circle that, all the work that Carly Clark's been putting in. And Julia Chadwick will have to go to the bench for at least the rest of the third quarter. And Hall will get 2 free throws. So Chadwick leaves with the Gaels up 14. 2:31 left third quarter. And a game-high 19. Can the Gaels get scoring from others? Welts, Donovan, in the corner, Barbieri for 3! There's some secondary scoring. Gaels by 16 as we approach the last 2 minutes. Nice cut, Garvey, couldn't finish, tip to Welts. Welts gets double teamed, it's knocked out of bounds. They're gonna say off Welts, and now Claire Meadows is gonna work the officials. Looked like a reach to her, didn't get the call from the official. TMU to Franco to right, now Hall, 10 on the shot clock. Lost the handle, backing down Welts, goes up and got it. Much needed 2 points there for TMU to get them to within 14. Can they close this third quarter on a run? McFarland can't find anybody. Gets it to Laura Donovan. 6 on the shot clock. Donovan steps back for 3. No, and a nice rebound, Garvey. Big possession here late in this third quarter. Hall, Parker, drives, missed, and McFarland comes away with the rebound and then gets drilled by Parker, and the crowd doesn't like that. I don't think there was any intent, but don't tell the packed house here at the Arc. And they're going to talk about it, the officials. I don't think you can call this anything but a common foul, but Claire Meadows isn't giving the basketball back. Either way, it's going to be free throws for Michaela McFarland. 2 officials talking about it, and it is. And now Carly Clark is going to lose it. So it's 2 shots and the ball for the Gaels. And the 4th personal foul on Parker. I have to say, it didn't look like there was intent. It looked like she just got caught with McFarland stopping. Michaela makes 1 of 2. The lead is 15. Gaels will inbound with 1:11 left, third quarter. Barbieri, 12 on the shot clock. Gaudette turns, puts up the shot and got it. Gaels by a game-high 17. Hall drives, stolen by Renin, and then she falls. Rookie just lost her footing. See if TMU can take advantage. Garvey against Barbieri, up, got it. 10 for the OUA Rookie of the Year. OUA Defensive Player of the Year is on the bench right now with 19. Barbieri, 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Inside to Donovan. Donovan turns, no call. TMU bench likes it, and Garvey misses the three at the other end, and it's a jump ball, so it will stay with TMU with 8.6 seconds left in the third quarter. Hall comes out for a rest. This is a smart move just to give her the 2-minute break in between quarters. Welts was going to come in, but is not. So TMU. Shot clock's off, stolen by Gaudette. Ahead to McFarland. McFarland. And did she travel? Yes. Good hustle by Garvey to get back, and Michaela just shuffled her feet, but it ate up some time and forces TMU to go to the length of the floor to get a shot off in the last 3 seconds. Foreman's not even going to get a shot off. So the Gaels build on their 8-point halftime lead and get it up to 15. We're back with a very important fourth quarter after this. You're watching Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV. Kingston, Ontario. Bill Miklas along with our entire crew. Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV. Starting the fourth quarter of this Critelli Cup semifinal between the Queens Gaels and the Toronto Metropolitan University Bold. Gaels leading 53-38. Important stat through 3 quarters, 10 TMU turnovers. They're 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Gaels 9 of 14, but TMU only 2 of 15 from behind the arc. The Gaels are only 4 of 14, but they're ahead on the rebounding stat by 3. Julia Chadwick with 19, Laura Donovan with 10, Kaylee Hall with 14 for TMU, Katrina Garvey with 10. So here we go, fourth quarter. Someone is going to Carleton. The Ravens lead after 3 quarters of play by 26 against Ottawa. So the Ravens Nest will host the Critelli Cup, barring an amazing comeback. McFarland up, misses, good defense, Franco to right, and outlets to Garvey. Chadwick stays on the bench with her 4 personal fouls and her game-high 19 points. Fedek. Garvey, long shot, misses. Mulholland, another rebound. And she'll slow it down and get it to Donovan. Wells pulls it back, drives, spins on Fedek, but can't finish. And Fedek will clear. Fedek, who led the OUA in three-point shooting 2 years ago, has had a bit of an off year from behind the arc. Good drive, Foreman, but couldn't finish the layup, and Donovan got the rebound, got it to Mulholland. Gaudette. Wants to take the shot, and then it gets blocked by Garvey. That little hesitation by Gaudette allowed the defender to get her hand on the shot. Hall. Hall drives on McFarland, trying to get down low, can't. Garvey on the curl, 4 on the shot clock, steps around, throws up the shot, and the ball caroms to Fedek, who says thank you very much. And the first points of the fourth quarter go to the visitors. Dana Baker's doesn't. Farland. How long does Julia Chadwick stay on the bench? Welts with 5 on the shot clock. She'll set up for a 3. No. And no gold jerseys for the rebound. Garvey. Is there a Gaels timeout coming on a made TMU bucket? Garvey's got room to go to the hoop. Bodies down, Welts steps around her and banks it in. Back-to-back buckets, TMU. And the lead's down to 11. Welts, McFarland, Donovan, and a moving pick by McFarland. Parker will come on for TMU. 2.5 minutes gone fourth quarter, and Julia Chadwick returns, as does Parker, who hears it from the crowd here at the Arc for the foul she committed. But again, I repeat, I don't think there was any intent. She just got caught by McFarland stopping. Fedek for 3. No. Rebound. Fought for. Foreman gets it. Can't finish. And Chadwick tracks down the loose ball to Welts. Gaels have gone 3 minutes without any points. Welts to the hoop. Layup. Got it. Emma Welts against a much taller Fedek. Garvey. As TMU changes it up with Garvey now running the point. Fedek, handoff to Garvey. Picked up is Garvey by Mulholland. Pick by Parker that I think was clean. She was standing there. Mulholland ran into it. We're back to an 11-point game, 14 for the OUA Rookie of the Year. Welts to the hoop again, got bumped, no call. Chadwick can't finish, and it's out of bounds off TMU. Julia Chadwick's had a few of those short little bunnies that she hasn't been able to finish. Barbieri comes in for Welts, and a hold will be called on Hall. That's 3 on Kaylee Hall, who doesn't agree with the call. Donovan picked up by Garvey now. Hall's guarding Chadwick. Now Franco DeRike picks her up. Donovan picked up by Hall. Shot clock's running down. Chadwick for 3. Banked it in! Didn't call glass, but the Gaels needed that. 22 for Julia Chadwick. Foreman drives, can't finish. Long rebound comes to Gaudette. Gaudette gets out of the double team to Mulholland, ahead to Donovan. Donovan inside, nice catch. Chadwick for 2. The Gaels back up 16. We approach the midway point of quarter number 4. Losing the ball to Donovan is Garvey. Timeout coming on the next stoppage for TMU. Gaudette, and a foul called, and it'll be 4 on Franco DeRike. And just like that, 3 team fouls on TMU, and now it's Carly Clerk's time to not give the ball back. Timeout TMU. 5:11 left in the fourth quarter. The Gaels by 16, trying to stamp a ticket to Edmonton next week and to the Critelli Cup Championship game this Saturday. As they start the fourth in Ottawa, it is 61-37 Carleton. So the defending national champions and OUA champions will be hosting the Critelli Cup this Saturday night, barring a monumental collapse in the last 10 minutes of that game. Ottawa, the only team that has beaten Carleton in OUA play this year. But it doesn't look like they're going to do it a second time. And will the Gaels get a third chance at Carleton this year? A second straight Critelli Cup championship game chance, and try and avenge the loss here at the Arc in the OUA final a year ago, and do the same thing to Carleton up in Ottawa that they did to the Gaels last year here in Kingston. So Gaels ball. Gaudette out of the TMU timeout. Chadwick, 12 on the shot clock. Gaudette, and it's knocked out of bounds off Bella. (60-44) Gaels lead. TMU's got to go on a run. They got to go on one quickly. Time is their enemy. Parker, Hall, Foreman for three. No, it just hasn't been TMU's night from behind the arc. Mulholland slows it down, and Barbieri will run the offense. Chadwick fakes the handoff, gives to Gaudette. Gaudette picked up by Franco DeWright, pulls it out with 5 on the shot clock. Inside, Chadwick up. No, too strong off the glass. Long three by Parker misses. Chadwick gets the rebound. Gaels have numbers. Ahead to Donovan for 2. We've seen that for 5 years. Looks like they're playing their final game at the Arc regardless of how this one ends, with Carleton winning in Ottawa. But what a show they've put on for 5 years, and what a show they're putting on tonight. Donovan has 12, blocked out of bounds by Mulholland. Welts will come in for Barbieri. For Gaudette. 3:44 the time left in regulation. The Gaels by 18. When they met in Toronto on January 19th, the Gaels won by 21. Parker, and shot clock violation. The Bold forgot about the shot clock. It didn't reset. Fedek checks in for Parker. Gaels by their biggest lead of the night, 18. Backdoor cut by Donovan. Good recovery by Garvey. Out to Welts. Welts over to Barbieri. Inside to Chadwick. To Mulholland. Back to Chadwick. Well read by Foreman for the steal. Mulholland slow in getting back. Foreman. Hall. She and Garvey are the leading scorers for the Bold. Hall to the hoop, and she'll draw the foul from Barbieri. It's Haley's first. Only the second team foul on the Gaels, but Hall will go to the line for 2. Gaels want that clock to keep running. Hall puts in the first. 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Is the final year Bold player. 7 of 8. She's got 16. Mulholland, Barbieri. That's a 2, misses badly. Chadwick with the rebound, missed another bunny. She thought she got hit, no call. Lead is 16, under 3 left. And Fedek's gonna get called for the offensive foul. And Carly Clark's upset, but I think she's just frustrated with the way the game's gone. And is there a technical coming? There sure is. I thought it was the right call. Fedek wasn't set when she set the pick. And Carly Clark finally got teed up. Laura Donovan will take the technical free throw. Hits it. Gaels up 17. Gaudette will return for Barbieri. And with 2:46, that technical might have been the last gasp by a veteran coach. Her 12th year in charge of the TMU women's program. Blocked out of bounds by Franco to right. Chadwick scored 24, but it could have been a lot more. Franco de Rijks played some good defense. Donovan misses the 3, and it's off Foreman and out of bounds. Early 4th, Carleton up 17. Donovan, shot clock running down. Mulholland turns. Donovan, long 3, book it. And with it, a trip to Edmonton. The lead is 20, and a rematch of the Critelli Cup is 128 seconds away. Hall tries to answer and does. 19 for Kaylee Hall, playing what will be her last game in a Bold uniform. Gaudette back to Donovan. Wells to the hoop. Tried to feed Mulholland, but it's kick on Fedek. This is a young TMU team. They're going to be back. They pulled off a massive upset Saturday in the quarterfinals against Brock in St. Catharines. Brock star Madahi Gaudette for 3, no. Rebound Donovan to Chadwick. Chadwick up, misses, but got fouled by Foreman. Maddie Weinert, the star Brock player, got the MVP of the conference today. So MVP of the conference to Weinert. Julia Chadwick at the line for 2. Misses the first. He's the defensive player of the year in the OUA. Katrina Garvey, number 17 for TMU, is the rookie of the year. Julia Chadwick, a first-team All-Star. Laura Donovan, a second-team All-Star. Garvey, part of the All-Rookie team. And Coach Edwards at Carleton takes the Coach of the Year. Garvey's caught in the key. Under 90 seconds left in this. And Welch, and they call an offensive foul on Franco de Rijk, and I don't agree with that one. It looked like Welch just tripped on the feet of de Rijk. I don't think she was moving or even trying to clip her, and just goes with the night it's been for the Bold. Gaels ball, up 18. So we approach the final minute. It'll be the Gaels' last home game of the season. They'll play at Carleton Saturday night. Check Gaels' social media for the time of that broadcast on OUA TV. And then they'll go to Edmonton for quarterfinal action in the national championships Thursday. Donovan needs to shoot it. Don't think she got it off in time. So the Gaels were just using clock. 54.6 seconds left in this one. Julia Chadwick, Bridget Mulholland, Laura Donovan, Emma Wells playing their final game as Gaels on their home court. What 5-year careers they've had. They're going to go to a third consecutive national championship. Missed shot by Franco de Rijk. Chadwick gets the rebound. It's a double-double for the Gaels' leading scorer. Mulholland to Donovan. They'll just pull it out. They'll have to take a shot because there's 10 on the shot clock. Donovan. Gaudette. Layup. No. Rebound Hall. And the clock will tick down, and the Gaels are going back to the Cotelli Cup final, and they're going back to the national championships. They win 67-49 in the semifinals over the Toronto Metropolitan University Bold. 2 lead changes, 3 ties, all early in the first quarter. Gaels took a 9-7 lead, TMU tied it at 9, and then the Gaels scored the next 4 points, took a 13-9 lead, and from that point on, they were in control. They win it by 18, and they will play at Carleton. That game has 4.5 minutes left, and Carleton leads by 19. So check Gaels social media to find out the exact time of that game Saturday. But that'll do it for our coverage of Gaels women's basketball this season. What a season. The Gaels still have an Ontario championship and national championships next week. Hopefully they'll bring gold in both. For our entire crew, I'm Bill Miklas. Thanks for watching Gaels women's basketball on OUA TV.